Hello everybody and welcome to my latest smart home video. In this video I'm going to be showing you a range of smart home products, some of which I've just purchased, that I believe could be the smart home range we've all been waiting for. Let's take a closer look. This is a range of products from a UK company. It's quite a youngish company. They've only really started promoting these in the last couple of months. I've been watching them for a while and I've taken the plunge and I've bought the hub and this switch. And I'm going to set it all up, take you all through it and see what my thoughts are. Okay, it does say setting up the Den hub is really straightforward, so I've run the cables in up into the attic where my broadband router is and my power strip. You can see I've run the cables in through that cable entry point, where I've also got my Philips Hue hub in this little cupboard in my hallway. It's all powered on, it's all plugged in, and it's starting to go through its sequence. But what I need to do now is I just need to download the app to my phone, and we'll go through the setup, see how straightforward it actually is. Okay, so we've connected the hub up to the broadband router, and it says that you now need to download the Den app, which is there. I'm on iOS. It's the Den Utilities app. Okay, so that's now installing. So we'll just give that a few seconds to install. Now that's installed, we just need to open the app. And there it's asking us to create an account. So I'll do that now, go through all the boring bit and bring you back. Okay, I've created an account, usual thing, name, email address, create a password. You just have to verify the link through your email, and then that's basically it. So you can see there it's saying ensure your Den switches are installed, but I've not installed any yet. You can see I have a switch there ready to be installed, and that's what we're going to do next. So I'm done. And then it's telling you there to set up your new hub. So whether that's adding products, I don't know. Let's see what happens when we press on that. Plug in your hub. After connecting your hub to the power and internet, please wait for the first LEDs to turn on before continuing. Yeah, that's already been done. Wow, that was quick. So it's found the hub. Which room is your hub in? Mine's in the attic. Finish. Your hub has successfully been added to your attic, and now we just need to add the additional products, which will be the light switch, which is the one I've purchased just to get myself up and running and to test it out. Right, so that was very easy, as suggested in the instructions. Couldn't have been any simpler really. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to install the light switch, and then we'll add that to the hub and take it from there. Right, so I've isolated the lighting circuit at the main distribution board. I've checked that the lights aren't working, and they're not. You have to trust me on that. In the instruction book, it takes you through everything, but there is some really good diagrams for the different types of wiring that you may have. So that's good, all nicely laid out and nice instructions down the side. So I'm just going to take off this light switch and just have a look at the wiring behind. Now it does say that these the new Den light switches are 35mm, or need a 35mm deep back box. I have checked on some other of my light switches and mine are 35mm deep, so that shouldn't be an issue. If yours are only 25mm or less, then you might have to change the, well, you will have to change the back box. So if we have a look there carefully, so we've just got an earth, which is the green and yellow, the live, which is the red at the top, and the neutral, which is the black one at the bottom. So if we look at the instructions, find the relevant diagram, you can see there in this particular diagram it's using blue and brown as the colouring, whereas I've got red and black, but that's the same configuration, so that's the configuration I'll be using to wire up the new switch. So we'll just take this off now, and then we'll fit the new DEN switch. You can see there that they have actually put a diagram in there showing you the old wiring colours, which is what I've got here, the red and the black, and the corresponding new colours, which is the brown and the blue, and then you can correspond that with the relevant wiring diagram further on in the instruction booklet. So that's good as well, they've thought of everything. Now, typically I've checked a couple of my other back boxes and they're 35mm deep. This one isn't 35mm deep. Luckily I do have a spare back box, so I'm going to have to fit that into there and then I can carry on, but that will give me plenty of room to fit the switch and to conceal the wiring. Right, we'll fit that first and then we'll fit the switch. Because the original box was a metal box, it had an earth terminal with the earth going to the metal box. With this being a plastic back box, this doesn't have an earth terminal, so the earth can go directly to the earth terminal on the switch, as explained in the instructions. So that's what we're going to do now. I'll connect the earth up first. Checking that it's secure. And the live goes to the L. Again, I'm just taking this all from the instructions in the little booklet. Nipping that up nice and tight, not too tight though. That's nice and firm. And then the black one, which corresponds to the blue on the diagram, goes into L1. Which is there. These switches will work as a one-way or a two-way switch, and again that's explained in the booklet provided. Right, so that's nicely connected in now, so I'm just going to lay them wires as best I can so that it'll go back into the back box nice and easy. Feed that back in. If you find that your back boxes aren't deep enough, it does come with a spacer which can fit behind the switch. This particular back box was a really shallow one, so even with the spacer it wouldn't have been any good. But if you have, I think it's a 20mm or 25mm deep back box, you can stick the spacer on, and that'll give you enough room to fit the switch. So I'm going to put that back in there, and as you can see, it doesn't look that much different, apart from the fact that this is squarer switching. This has got the rounded edges. Looks a lot more modern. But it just looks like a regular switch, which I suppose that's what we're all striving for with our smart home setups. We don't want like a switch there and then another one stuck to the wall there, like a wireless switch. It gets confusing. We want to keep things simple, which is why I was attracted to this system. This just works like a regular switch, but it's also a smart switch, as we will hopefully find out later on in the video. Right, I'm just going to nip that up and then we'll go to the next stage. Right, I've refitted the switch now. I've turned the power back on, and all I need to do now is just test it, and hopefully you can see there the light's coming on. Just works like a normal switch. For the eagle-eyed amongst you, you will have noticed that I've turned the switch through 180 degrees. There is a little indicator light in the right hand corner there, which you might just be able to see. That was up here before. Once I turned the power back on, I noticed that the switch was the wrong way around for myself. I'm a bit of a traditionalist. I like to be able to turn my lights on like that and off like that, not the other way around. I have been to houses before where they have it the other way around. They don't seem to mind which way they have it, but I do. I like it that way, so I've just swapped that around. But that seems to be working great, just like a normal light switch would. Now we just need to go to the app and set the switch up and pair it with the hub. Let's see how easy that is. Right, okay, I'm going to do this as best I can. Hope you can see it okay. So it's saying there, let's add some Den products. So we'll hit the plus, select a product, light switch. There are just a few steps to set up and personalise your light switch. Press and hold the Den button for 6 seconds on your switch until the light begins to flash. So that is this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see it flashing there. It's flashing away. This is in real time. Found. The app is now connected to your Wangang light switch. Right, now then, this is the bit that's quite cool. At least I hope it's going to work. Tap to turn on your light switch. Are you ready for this? This is cool. This is very James Bond. How cool is that? And off again. Oh no. Switch recharging. Please allow some time for your switch to recharge before you can toggle it again. This usually takes around 45 seconds. That's obviously using the app. That's interesting. But you can switch it off as normal. Name your light. I can create my own. This is my lad's room. Stick that in there. Which room is your light in? Bedroom. Actually, should have changed that. Nathan's room. Which room is your light in? New room. Okay. And there it is. Finish. You can see there it's created. I've set it up as my apartment. You can turn all the lights on. It's just updating. On. And you can see there it's that little green bulb on the left hand side. There's like a timer going around the outside. I wonder if that's the actual light switch charging to be able to power it off again. I'm assuming if I try and switch that off, switch recharging. So through the app it's not an instant switch on, switch off. Whether that's the same all the time, I don't know. I'll have to come back to that. You can see there, charging, and done. So I should be able to switch that off now. Yep. Off. Looks like it's charging again. So can I switch that back on? No, I can't. Right, that's something we need to come back to and check. Now you can see in the app there, it's telling me that there's lights on. So it's actually, the app does actually tell you what's on and what's not. You can click on that and then it tells me there that Nathan's room light is on, and it is indeed on. So that's good. If you're ever away from the house, you can see exactly what lights are on and what lights are off. And that goes the same for appliances as well. If you've got the Den sockets, that will also tell you what you've got switched on. So you might have hair straighteners or TV or anything really. You can keep an eye on what's on and what's not, and then switch them off if required. You also have the option to set timers, so you can set schedules as to when the lights are going to turn on and off, which is useful for security purposes, making it look like there's somebody at home. And of course, no smart home setup is complete without the option to do this. Alexa, Nathan's room lights on. So it's compatible with Alexa and Google Home. I think they're also in the process of getting it linked with Apple HomeKit as well. I think that's still in the pipeline. If you look on the Alexa app, you need to search for Den Automation, and then you can enable that skill within the Alexa app, and you can control the lights using Alexa. The only thing I wouldn't say disappointed with is the fact that you can't then say, Alexa, switch off Nathan's room lights.
Sorry, the device Nathan's room is not responding.
That's because it takes 45 seconds for the light to charge up to be able to operate through the app. I don't know why that is, but thinking about it, you would only use the app to turn your lights on and off if you were away from home or you wanted to switch them on before you got home. You're not likely to be switching them off and on using the app or using Alexa. You would just do that.
Sorry, I don't know that.
It's alright, I wasn't asking you anything that time. So yeah, that's the only thing that I have found. Whether that'll change, I don't know. With it being just a simple light switch. This doesn't have the dimming facility. They do the dimmers, which has the usual dimmer, and then you can use the app to swipe left and right to dim the lights. But I just wanted to get this basic switch and the hub just to try it out, get it all set up, get it working, and I can start using it. And then I'm going to start purchasing other sockets, other switches, dimmers, and see how we get on. One of the reasons I looked at the Den automation products is the fact that you don't have to change all your light bulbs. You can just change the switch light for your old switch, and you can then control whatever lights you've got as you would in a smart home situation. And the main reason for me doing it is where I am now in my lounge. I've got 6 GU10s in the ceiling, and I've also got 7 MR16s, all operated in the lounge using a 3-way dimmer switch. So I've got 3 separate dimmers for operating the different lights in the lounge. For me to replace all those GU10s, even with just the ones from IKEA that cost about £7, the cheap ones, that's going to be £42 for a start. Then if I had to change the MR16s, obviously, well, as far as I'm aware, they don't do a smart version of the MR16, whether it be IKEA or Philips Hue or any other for that matter. They may well do, but I'm not aware of it. So if I wanted to change them, I would have to swap out those 7 MR16s, new bulb holders and the bulbs as well. So that's another 7, that's another 49 quid in bulbs plus the fittings. So you know, you're over £80 there. And the single light switch that I bought, that was £39 currently from Amazon. And the dimmer switches, they vary in price depending on whether you go for a 1 gang, 2 gang, 3 gang. But once you bought the hub, that was £89, which isn't cheap, but once you bought it, you've bought it. And for me, I think it's going to work out cheaper just buying the switches. Once they're bought, they operate like normal switches, which is a bonus, and I don't have to go swapping out all my bulbs for smart bulbs. Plus, I just wanted to have a play around really. It's just a new toy to play with. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found that of use. I hope you found it interesting. I will put links down in the description for the products that are available at the moment, and they are going to be bringing out more products as time goes by, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, have a look at those. So if you did enjoy that, please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.